Yo. Are we live? Shit. Can't tell if we're live. We are live. Shit, I gotta change the thumbnail. Wait. Oh my god. Where is it? No. Okay. We did it. Alright, I'm changing the thumbnail now. No. My voice kind of broke there. Check 1, 2. Okay. Alright. Here we go. We are live. Okay. Tier list. We're doing a live tier list. We are doing a live tier list right now. And we will be... Okay. We're doing a live tier list. And we will be ranking the most entertaining UFC fighters. We got a good list. We got a big list. So this is a modern... Well, this is a mix between modern fighters and non-modern fighters. So, yeah, if you guys enjoy this, you know, whatever the case may be, we'll start with Israel Adesanya. Ooh, Israel Adesanya. What would I, in terms of entertainment? For me, Adesanya is like up and down because Adesanya will have like these. He'll have these fights like against Yoel Romero or Jared Cannonier, you know, or who else has he had like stinkers against? The Paulo Costa fight was okay. Like, I mean, he finished him, but it was just like, it wasn't even a crazy finish either. But it was surprising, to be honest with you, that he finished Paulo because Paulo was on a good run at that time. He KO'd Whitaker. The Pereira fights were entertaining. The Strickland fight wasn't really entertaining. I mean, like, he got his ass beat, and that was the entertaining part of it. And seeing the underdog, Sean Strickland, win was fun. But I'll put him... If you look at his entire career... The thing is, though, like, his worst fights are so bad. His worst fights are so bad that it's like, how could you give him, like, anything? Because, like, the Yoel Romero fight is one of the worst fights in the history of the sport. My voice is, like, shot. Sorry. The Yoel Romero fight is one of the worst fights in the history of the sport. You know? He's had a lot of stinkers. He's been the DDP fight was fun. The Amavo fight was just him getting KO'd. I'll say, you know what? I'll say B tier. I'll say B tier because, like, he's had a little bit of a ups. The Cannonier fight was shit, though. I'll say B tier. I'll keep him right in the middle. I'll say he's not the most entertaining. He's not the least entertaining. In his, like, prime, quote unquote, he was super boring, but I'll keep him at B tier. But we'll see how this goes. Amir Albazi. What do we put Amir Albazi? I feel like Amir Albazi might go. He's not really entertaining. Doesn't really have an entertaining style. Let's put him C tier. I want to say borderline D tier. To be honest with you. Dare I say D tier for Amir Albazi? I feel like Amir Albazi is kind of like... He just doesn't really have much to him. He's just kind of a guy at featherweight, or at flyweight, excuse me, who's just sort of skilled, I guess. I don't know. D tier feels fine to me. He's just kind of nothing. Maybe I'll bump him to C. Maybe. I'll keep him at D tier, man. He's not like super. Yeah, I'll keep him at D tier. Jose Aldo. Ooh, Jose Aldo. Obviously, we're looking at his whole career, by the way. Well, duh, obviously. For all these guys, we're looking at their entire careers. Which is why I put Izzy at B tier, because he's had a lot of stoppages and a lot of fun fights. Jose Aldo. Ooh. I might put Jose Aldo, honestly. What should I put Jose Aldo? I feel like he's had a lot of fun fights. He's had a couple of stinkers. Not his fault, but like he has had stinkers, like with Mario Batista. Who else did he have a stinker with? Mario Batista was a stinker. The Zahabi fight was fun for what it was. The Jonathan Martinez fight was fun. The Peter Yan fight, he got his ass beat. Connor knocked him out. Volk KO'd him. No, Volk didn't KO him. What am I talking about? The Volk fight was shit, actually. Holloway fights were okay. They were fun. They were fun. Shit, man. I might keep him in the B tier as well, to be honest with you. I might keep him in the B tier as well because he has some crazy finishes. He has had a couple of fun back and forth wars. But he has been stopped, which I guess could play into the entertainment factor, like seeing him get flatlined, I guess. But I'll keep him at B tier. Same with Izzy. Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen is one of my favorite fighters. I think Arnold... what's his name? I think Arnold Allen... Fuck. I think Arnold Allen could be at the B tier? B tier? No. I mean, like, he's had fun. Like, the Evloev fight was, like, decent. When he KO'd Dan Hooker, that was fun. Who else did Arnold Allen beat? What was it? Giga Chikadze, that was decent. He has a couple of good KOs. I'll keep him at B. I think I'll keep him at B. Honestly, I'll keep him at B, but he's not been in the UFC as long as these guys, so he's not produced as many highlights as Izzy or Aldo. As crazy as this is, I might put him in the C. I don't know, man. He's been a little bit... The Holloway fight was fun. I'll bump him. I wish there was like an in-between B and C. I'm going to put him in C. He's just been a little bit stinky lately, man. Just a little bit mid lately. A little bit. Just a little bit. He's not really had as many bangers as I kind of want him to. He's also... Where has he been? He's been like inactive as fuck, but... Obviously, I hope by the end of his career, he's going to be in the S tier. Because I think Arnold Allen... I can't say his name. Arnold Allen. Say that 3 times and he's going to appear. Arnold Allen. All right, Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen is... C? The Chris Curtis fight was fun. The Anthony Hernandez fight was fun. Quote-unquote fun. He's kind of shit, so it kind of makes it fun. Who else did he fight? He's a bit of a wrestler, though. I'll keep him in C. Jelton Almeida. He's had some stoppages, but he's had some fights where it's legitimately terroristic to the sport. Like, that Derek Lewis fight was so bad, it makes you question, like, the existence of, like, anything. The existence of the universe, the existence of life in general. So, for me to put him... I mean, yeah, he's had a couple of stoppages, a couple of good subs, a couple of good KOs. I guess I'll put him C tier. I got a feeling C tier is going to be, Joel Alvarez. Oof. Super fun fighter. Crazy good KOs. Good on the ground, good on the feet. I'll keep him at B. I think I'll keep Joel Alvarez at B. I'll keep Joel Alvarez at the B tier. I think that's fair. I think he's produced enough entertainment. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll bump him to C just because. No, I'll keep him at B. I'll keep him at B. He's always there for a scrap. Ankalaev. I'm gonna put Ankalaev in the D tier. I'm gonna put Ankalaev in the D tier. Just because I think Ankalaev, it's one of those things where he's had so many awful fights. Not awful in terms of like stylistically. Stylistically, Ankalaev has had. What's up, man? How you doing? For sure. What's up, for sure? How you doing? Just doing a tier list here. We're talking about Magomed Ankalaev. Look, this Ankalaev kid. A lot of boring performances. The Alex Pereira fight was one of the worst title fights ever. The Blachowicz fight was one of the worst fights ever. Title fights ever, excuse me. I think you got to put him in the D just because... what the fuck? You got to put him in the D. Pause. I think you got to put him in the D tier just because he's had title fights that have been awful. He's had title fights that have been so awful, whereas like... But so is Israel Adesanya. But he's also had more fun fights than Ankalaev for sure. And I don't know, maybe I'll put Ankalaev in the C. I'll put him in the C. I'll be fair. I won't cloud my bias. Who the fuck is this? Is this Kai Asakura? I think this is Kai Asakura. I'll put Kai Asakura in the... Put him in the D? You think I should put him in the D tier? I mean... You know, he's had a couple of fun fights, you know. He knocked out Johnny Walker and... He knocked out Iwan Kutalaba. Who else did he KO? I am tempted to. We'll see. We'll continue. Kai Sakura. I'll put Kai Sakura in the A tier. Actually, I'll put him in the A tier. I think Kai Sakura. You know what? I mean, he goes for it, man. I mean, that's one thing you could say. Kai Sakura. What's up, CG? What's up, CG Trex? What's up, man? How are you doing? Is that Deshaun Strickland in your profile picture? Listen here, guys. Let's see if Sean Strickland comes up. I hope he does in this list. Kai Sakura, I'll put B tier. I'm not going to pretend like I've watched all of his fights in Ryzen and shit. Tom Aspinall, instant S tier. Instant. Like, you have to. Dude has the shortest fight time in the UFC. He's got some of the shortest fight time in heavyweight history, in UFC history. He has to be S tier, by far. If we're talking pure entertainment, I'm stuttering like crazy. If we're talking pure entertainment... He has to be in the S tier. I think so. But for sure, the real heavyweight champ. Dude, I want Tom Aspinall to freaking destroy John Jones. No, honestly though, I feel like I don't think we're getting the fight. I don't think we're ever going to get Aspinall versus Jones, to be honest with you. Sadly. If we do... Aspinall's going to destroy John Jones. Let's be honest, guys. Everyone wants to see this man smash or be smashed. Who, Tom Aspinall? Or, I think you're talking about Tom Aspinall, right? Strickland is a pretty boring fighter, I can admit. I think he's funny at press conferences. I agree. He's not... I don't think he's like... Yes, Tom. Damn, people... I mean, I don't want him to be smashed. I guess there are people that do... I guess John Jones fans hate Tom Aspinall, right? They're like, the kid's got to earn it. It's like, how can he earn it more? He's the interim champion. There's nothing more he could do. But I was going to say about Strickland, I feel like Strickland is like a slightly overhated. Like slightly. No. Slightly. Like, I think his style is... No, he is pretty mid. I don't know. he is boring, but it's just like sometimes I feel like his opponent doesn't bring it. Like I thought the Dricus fights were fun, but that's because Dricus was like trying to KO Ignacio Bahamondes. I think this is oof. Fun fighter, sick KOs, sick finishes. I'll put him in the B tier. I'll put him in the... I'm thinking of, you know what? If we're talking pure entertainment, like the way they fight, I guess if you factor in, like, to be honest, if you factor in not only the way they fight, but their resume, if you kind of factor in both, I think I'm gonna bump Alvarez to the A tier. I think I'm gonna bump Bahamondes to the A tier. I think just because if we're also gonna factor in the way they fight, you know, stylistically, these guys are like just always going for KOs and finishes. Aldo and Izzy could make it boring at times. Asakura, I haven't seen enough of him, so I'm not gonna. And then, you know, maybe Arnold Allen can go to B. Maybe. It's just that sometimes he has boring fights. I think I'll bump him to B. All right. That looks better. I like that more. Looks right so far. Yeah, I think that's better now because I guess, yeah, you have to factor in the way they fight as well. Jan Blachowicz. Oh, no. Who do you think wins in Baku? Bahamondes versus Fiziev? Oof. Who do I think... Oof. Is it a 5-rounder? It's a 3-rounder, right? If it's a 5-rounder, I'd go Fiziev, I think. But I think it's a 3-rounder, so shit. I don't know. Bahamondes versus Fiziev. I don't know. Who do you guys got? I feel like Fiziev looked better than I thought he would against Gaethje. Actually, no. I thought he looked a little bit better than I thought he would. In that first round, he looked real good, to be honest with you. Yeah, actually, did he look better though? Because I don't think Fiziev looked as fast as he did like when we last saw him. To be honest with you, he wasn't like bouncing on his toes as much. He wasn't like. He looked fast still, and he still looked pretty decent for a guy that was coming off of an ACL tear, but Fiziev will gas in the fourth. Maybe. The thing is, though, Bahamondes doesn't have 5-round experience, though. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. It's like he doesn't really have the 5-round cardio or the 5-round experience, whereas Fiziev has been in 5-rounders. I might go Bahamondes via like a very close decision. I would go Bahamondes via like a really close decision. I think so because his grappling is good. He would probably mix in his grappling. He's got the range. He's a little bit hittable, but I can't see Fiziev like dropping him or chinning him or anything like that. Yeah. Fiziev, I think Fiziev will probably. I think Bahamondes will win. Jan Blachowicz. Oof. In terms of entertainment, Jan Blachowicz. I'll put him in the B tier. I think this is actually perfect. Yeah, I'll put him in the B tier because the thing is, Blachowicz has had some stinkers like the Ankalaev fight. And the Olberg fight he just had was trash. But then it's like he has got some sick KOs, like the Reyes KO, the Luke Rockhold KO. I thought the Izzy fight was like decent. It was a good performance by him. You know, it was entertaining from his side, I thought. Even though he was grappling a little bit and it kind of made it a little bit boring, but I'd say B tier. I think B tier is fair. The Pereira fight was a little bit boring. Come on, don't do our boy or Yanez A-list. I don't know. He's been a little bit. But you gotta admit he's been a little bit the last couple years. The Pereira fight wasn't like the greatest. The Olberg fight was ass. The Magomed Ankalaev fight was. It wasn't good. You know, he's had a couple of stinkers, but he does have more KOs and more highlights than Ankalaev. I found you from the video on how Islam and Bilal aren't friends or something. Pure Kino. Pure Kino. I know Pure Kino. Isn't that the I know what video you're talking about. The leg kicks was brutal. Oh shit. Yeah, that video Bilal and Islam Makhachev. Yeah. Fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for I thought that was a good video. Bilal Muhammad is apparently facing Shavkat, actually. So that's cool. The leg kicks was brutal. In what fight? The Ankalaev fight? I mean, like, I think his side of the fight was more entertaining. Fuck it. You're going to convince me, I guess. Fucking A tier, I guess. Kyle Baraujo. I am biased. Fine. I'll give him A tier. Kyle Baraujo. I am biased because I like Blachowicz anyway. So, Kyle Baraujo. Kyle Baraujo. Cannonier fight was one of my favorite fights of last year. The Paul Craig KO was sick. Fuck. Kyle Baraujo, the fighting nerds. Fuck, this is tricky actually. He doesn't have like a really long career. He's probably the most boring fighting nerd, but at the same time, he's faced the best competition, so it's tricky for me to put him down like that. He does go for a scrap, but at times he could be a little bit too patient, I notice. Well, mainly in the Cannonier fight, I felt like he could have been more aggressive. I'll put him in the B. I think that's fair. I think that is fair. Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades. Fuck. Curtis Blades either getting KO'd or he could get KOs though. He KO'd Jelton Almeida. Fuck. You know what's crazy? They count the Tom Aspinall fight as a TKO win for Curtis Blades. I hate that, bro. I hate that so much. That's not a TKO win for Curtis Blades. I hate that they count it as a TKO win. Fuck. I think Curtis Blades might be B tier, just because like we've seen a lot of highlights. It's either him getting KO'd or him getting a KO. Maybe I'll go A tier. No, I'll stay B tier. I think that's fair. Sean Brady. Look, I love Sean Brady. I'm a Sean Brady enjoyer. I'm probably the only Sean Brady fan on MMA YouTube. But he's boring as shit. Sean Brady is boring. Now, the Leon Edwards fight was fantastic. It was one of the best just grappling dominations I've ever seen in recent years. And look, trust me, I've been watching this sport since, 1995? But, no, I'm kidding. Someone's going to take that seriously. Be like, wait, this guy's like 40? But do I look 40, guys? Sean Brady, I'll say he's C tier because it's just like he's maybe D tier, to be honest with you. He's had a lot of stinkers, to be honest with you. Technical knockout, yeah, it shouldn't be considered one because his leg exploded. It should just be considered like, I guess what would you consider, like a doctor stoppage? Should I go Sean Brady C or D? I feel like, because if I'm going to go C, then that would put him on the same level as Ankalaev. I might have to go Sean Brady D tier in terms of entertainment. I might have to. Yeah, I might have to. It's too young in his career for me to... Look, the Leon Edwards fight was one thing, but... Randy Brown. Rude boy, Randy Brown. Yeah, rude boy. I'll go Randy Brown. I'll go... He could make it boring at times, to be honest with you. I'll go C tier. Because he's had a couple of, like, pity-patty sort of at-range type performances. Yes, he just KO'd Nicholas Dalby, but that's one KO. And he hasn't had a KO in, like, fucking 7 fights, so... Joaquin Buckley. I'm biased because I love Buckley. I'm going to go A tier. I actually think this is fair because Joaquin Buckley has not had nearly as many boring fights as guys like Izzy. Oh, Dig, thank you for the $5 super chat. Tom S tier is base. Fook John Jones. Let's go, man. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much. He has to be S tier. He's got to be S tier, right? I feel like if you take into account his fight time is like 2 minutes, bro. He's got to be S tier. He's got to be S tier. So, yes, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it so much, man. God bless you. So, yeah, thank you, man. Joaquin Buckley, I think Joaquin Buckley, I'm going to say A tier. I'm going to say A tier. Again, I might change this by the end of this tier list, but I'm going to say A tier for Joaquin Buckley. He's always going for the finish. Even his grappling is good. You know, he doesn't really rely on it too much, but he does have good grappling. He has 6 KOs on his record. Literally one of the best KOs in UFC history, the spinning freaking hook kick KO. So he has to be A tier for me. Oh no, my boy is next. My boy, Gilbert Durinho. Fuck. Is that Gilbert Burns? Why does Gilbert Burns look like he's downs in that picture? Do you guys see that? I know, bro, he looks like retarded. He looks retarded in that picture. Gilbert Burns, I'm going to say Gilbert Burns, he always brings it. But in the last couple of years, he has had a couple of like mid fights, like the Masvidal fight, the Bilal fight. Who else did he have a mid fight with recently? The Brady fight. He has the Shavkat fight, not the Shavkat. Excuse me, the Hamzat fight. He has the Hamzat fight. Fuck. Man, I love Burns, but he's just so washed now. Don't get me started, bro. He's I think he legitimately should just retire, or at the very least try to do like whenever if they go back to like Brazil for a pay-per-view or like a fight night, try to just retire on that card. Like if we could do like Gilbert Burns versus like Wonder Boy in Brazil on a main card of a pay-per-view, maybe. That's like either that or just retire now. I don't know. Cuz I don't know, man. He can't hang with the top guys anymore. I think Wonder Boy would beat him, to be honest with you, even if they did book that fight. Burns, man, I know he just looks. I mean, the Hamza fight is one of my all-time favorite fights. He has a couple of nasty finishes. The Usman fight was even fun, to be honest with you. I think. I might put him in the A tier. No, I might keep him in the B tier just because he's had a couple of like old man type fights recently. Oh, this guy's got to go. This guy's got to go in the A tier. By far, Jared Cannonier. I know he's had a couple of snooze fests, but bro, Unk has been cooking, bro. The Gregory Rodriguez fight was good. BXG, what's up? Cryptical MMA. What's up, man? I like that name, Cryptical MMA. How you doing, man? We're just doing a tier list here. Fucking Jared Cannonier. I think Jared Cannonier is A tier because the Gregory Rodriguez fight this year was the Gregory Rodriguez fight was fucking sick, bro. That fight was sick. You know? And then you had the fight with what's his name? Kyle Baraujo, another fight of the year contender last year. Like he's had a couple of sick knockouts. I know he had the Izzy fight, which was boring. The Imavov fight was okay before the stoppage. It wasn't like crazy, but it was decent. You know, I think he's A tier. He always brings it. He's always there for a scrap. The Strickland fight was good. I thought the Marvin Vettori fight was a good beating. He beat the shit out of Marvin Vettori. Neanderthal says Tom Aspinall, the man's who's fought 4 ranked guys and one of them twice. John Jones fought over 20 legends. You must be a casual. Must be a cat. He's not a what? This guy's his name is Neanderthal. He says, Nick says your name fits perfectly. Oh my gosh, what, bro? John Jones fought over 20 legends. Come on, bro. Were you when you get to Nate the Train? Better be S tier. Where do I have Nate the Train? Is he even on this list? If he's not on this list, I'll probably put him maybe. I probably would put him S tier, to be honest with you, or at the maybe A tier or S tier. Maybe S tier. He doesn't have a lot of nasty finishes though, but he is always like bringing a scrap. Shamil Gaziev is S tier. Dude, Shamil Gaziev is like above. Shamil Gaziev is like, he's in the Gaziev tier. He has his own tier. Like, he literally has his own tier. The Gaziev tier. Yeah, Cannonier is A tier. Henry Cejudo. Oh, Henry Cejudo has had fun fights. Has had a couple of mid fights as well, but has had fun fights. The Song Yudong fight was okay. It was actually a solid scrap, but then the eye poke happened. Gon's fitted perfectly for a fight with John Jones. Gon also had 9 ranked wins. You must be a casual. Yeah, I'm sure he's a casual, guys. He's dude, Cyril Gon is shit. I don't care, I said it. Cyril Gon would lose to any like all-time great heavyweight. He would lose to Stipe Miocic in his prime. He'd lose to Fedor in his prime. He'd lose to Tom right now. He'd lose to Cain Velasquez in his prime. He lost to Ngannou. He lost to Jones. Anyone who loses a round and then gets a dub and yells, beat my ass and see what happens, is S tier for me. You're talking about Nate the Train, right? Jones would rather fight his wife than any active heavyweight champs. Henry pre-fight more exciting than in the fights, though, sometimes. To be honest, yeah. Zabit, I hope Zabit is on this list. I'm a Zabit glazer. I'm not going to lie. I know Zabit gets a lot of hate nowadays. Look, I'm not one of these guys that think he's going to be a champion, but I do love Zabit. Henry Cejudo, I might put Henry in the B tier, just because like he has had fun fights. He's had a couple of mid fights, but I can name you more fun fights like the Cruz fight, the Dillashaw fight, the Mighty Mouse fight. I enjoyed those. The Aljo, I enjoyed the Aljamain Sterling fight. And did I enjoy the Aljamain? It was decent, you know. The Merab fight was fun. I'll put him in the B. I'll be fair. I have to burp. Wait. Oops. Michael Chandler. I'm sorry for you, Michael Chandler. I'm a Michael Chandler hater too, but he has to be S tier. He just has to be. This guy goes for it. Stylistically, he's had some of the best fights on paper, but just he also legitimately tries to go for finishes all the time. He always tries to go for the KO, even when he's losing. Even in the Oliveira fight, when it was just pure domination, he got up. He did a back freaking slam. John Jones can fight his wife all he wants. She's a strong, independent woman. You must be a casual. This Neanderthal is rage baiting. He's rage baiting, yeah. He's rage baiting for sure. He's trolling. Neanderthal is trolling, bro. There's no way. Neanderthal, you're definitely trolling, brother. Jones is undefeated versus his wife. Dude, it's literally he's this guy Neanderthal is trolling. Yeah, Jones he's beating his wife by like so many 50-45s. Ilya, I think Ilya's on this list. He has to be. You guys know where I'd put Ilya. Chandler is low-key retarded, but he does put on bangers. Dude, I'm actually gonna do a I'm gonna do a UFC retard tier list. Chandler's gonna be on it. That's what I should do next. That's gonna be the next tier list. Dan Hooker S tier. Okay, I think so. Has Neanderthal has John Jones meat down his rectum. Neanderthal says, clearly you gave your attention to what I said, and that really shows me something. You must be a casual. Dude, stop rage baiting, bro. Kingfisher, DDP S tier fights like a raging bull even before UFC. Dude, I have seen a couple of his pre-UFC highlights. It was the one where the guy slapped him. It was like this black guy, like he slaps him like before the fight, and then DDP just like dusted him with like a crazy KO, and then he like laughed in his face or something. That was a good finish. How can you forget about Oliveira? He's somewhere here, I think. There's still a lot of people left. Tito Ortiz is the GOAT retard. Oh, Tito Ortiz for sure. I gotta put him on that list. Sarukian D, he has an amazing offensive grappling from my point of view. So Sarukian would be D tier then? Or wait, what? Oh wait, do you think Amir Albazi is Arman Sarukian? Wait, do you think Amir Albazi is Arman Sarukian? Is that what you're saying? Sarukian D tier? Amir Albazi. That's Amir Albazi. That's not Arman Sarukian. If that's what you meant, I don't know. Landwehr is also S tier retard. Oh yeah, Nate Landwehr is definitely a product of Look, we say the Dagestani's inbreed, but Nate Landwehr might be the Jackal guy. Who's the Jackal guy? Tito is all-time retard. Tito Ortiz is the all-time retard, bro. He's Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz is the GOAT, bro. Tito Ortiz is the GOAT. That's all I'm gonna say. He's the GOAT retard. Dude, you guys saw the video? What was that one video with Tito Ortiz where he was like on the plane or the helicopter and it was like, I forgot what it was. The wind was like blowing in his face and his face was all like, I forgot the video, but that shit was stupid. He was like on like a fighter jet or something. Oh, it was like a fighter jet like simulation. I forgot what it was, but he's a retard. Tony Ferguson S tier. I miss Tony Ferguson, bro. Prime Tony Ferguson. I was watching the edit this morning. Arman Albazi. So Chandler's S tier by far. Hamza Chimaev. Oh, he has to be S tier, right? He has to be. I know the only fight that gives me a little bit of pause, like the Usman fight, wasn't like super exciting. It was a really fun fight, but it wasn't like super exciting. But other than that, like the Burns fight is one of my all-time favorites. The fight with the finish that he had against GM3, that like jab KO was insane. Some of his subs, the sub against Whitaker, the sub against Holland was impressive. Like, he has to be S tier. He goes for the finish literally as soon as the fight starts. But yeah, S tier, obviously. For me, speaking of S tier fighters, the GOAT, Dricus du Plessis. I'm biased. I don't care. Dricus du Plessis, S tier. By far. Arman Albazi, I know. I think he thought that Amir Albazi is Arman. Neanderthal. He's trying to make his wine, and the wine's already sounding like a violin with that cheese and wine. Do you want my number or some shit, mate? Oh, but I think Neanderthal's like a rage baiter, man. I'm telling you. Gilbert Burns. Yeah, Gilbert Burns. I put him in the where is he? He's in the B tier. The 5G flight simulator. Yes. The fight, yes, it was the 5G fight simulator. But DDP is S tier. Always goes for it. Always goes for the finish. He's never really. He's had a couple of. I guess you could say the first Strickland fight was a little bit boring. I guess I didn't think it was boring. I thought it was decent. I thought it was a decent scrap. I thought the rematch was even more fun. I thought the Izzy fight was a real good scrap. He's had a lot of fun fights. I'm realizing, looking at this list, there's like a lot of fighters here at the bottom. You guys can't see it, but there's like fucking 5 more rows. But we'll see. I think the screen will fill it. My GOAT DDP smokes any middleweight in history. Unironically, DDP beats Anderson Silva. I said it. I don't care. Daniel Cormier. DC. Shit. DDP is weird and boring, bro. No way you just said that, bro. No way you just said DDP is weird. You got to chill, bro. You actually have to chill out, bro. Please chill out. Fuck. I would say, sorry for coughing in the fucking mic. I would say Daniel Cormier is fuck. Fuck, what do you got? Fuck, Daniel Cormier's had some really fun fights. His wrestling was entertaining. Like him slamming people. He has the Stipe trilogy was awesome. The first Jones fight was decent. It was really fun. Shit. I would say DC's an A tier. I would say DC's an A tier. I think that's fair. Oh my god. Am I still here? Okay. I would say DC's an A tier. I just shook my whole fucking thing. I think fuck DC. No, let him be A tier. He's got a couple of nasty KOs, man. He has a couple of nasty KOs. His last fight with Sean was really boring. Who, DDP? I thought that fight was fun. To be honest with you. I thought it was a fun scrap. Maybe because I'm a DDP fan, I was enjoying him beating up Sean Strickland. I don't know. I think the only person who beats DDP is Ankalaev at light heavyweight because of counterpunching and southpaw stance. Like, you know what? That is a good point because I think, I think Pereira would have beat DDP at light heavyweight. Sadly, I think he would have been too big for him. If Pereira would have moved back down to middleweight, DDP is destroying him in like 2 rounds. I feel like, I don't know. I think DDP versus Ankalaev would be interesting. I think Ankalaev would be able to outmuscle him. He would be able to outmuscle him. He would counterpunch him well. He wouldn't. I think he could get caught at times, but I don't know if DDP's power would translate very well to middleweight. I don't know why my throat is so dry. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. Fuck no. DDP will murder Alex. Alex has no grappling? Yeah, middleweight. But at light heavyweight, I think Alex would be too strong for him. Well, that's just me, though. I don't know. Because I feel like, I don't know. I mean, dude, Alex Pereira surprised me with his grappling against Ankalaev, to be honest with you. Like, Ankalaev not being able to take down DDP was impressive. Ankalaev not being able to take down Pereira, was impressive, to be honest. Because I thought, like, okay, there's a chance he's going to get Alex down. He's going to hold him down, even though my dumbass said Pereira was going to win. I know. The Dagestanis always remind me. They're like, aren't you the guy that said that freaking Pereira was going to knock out Ankalaev? Like, yes, I did say that. Fuck no, DDP will murder. DC also was old as fuck when he joined the UFC. So underrated. He's very underrated, man. DC was very underrated. DC would be awesome in this era, too, you know. He'd be very fun in this era, especially at light heavyweight. On to the next one. Paulo Costa, man. Oof. Fun scraps. The Romero fight. The Rockhold fight. The Strickland fight was not good. That was terroristic. The Vettori fight was fun. The Izzy fight, I mean, he just got KO'd. I mean, he does kind of go. I'm going to keep him in the middle. I think he's like, he goes for it enough, but this ain't the same Paulo Costa that came into the UFC. I do think the Kopylov fight is going to be very fun, though. I mean, I hope so. Oh, and the Whitaker fight I really enjoyed as well. Yeah, you know what? He's B tier. Dare I say I kind of want to put him in A tier, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll keep him B tier. Paulo Costa has some really fun fights, to be honest with you. Like, I really loved the Whitaker fight. I didn't love it, but I really enjoyed it. It wasn't like a war, but it was like a really fun fight, you know. The Strickland fight was awful, but like, the Yoel Romero fight was a war. I'll keep him in B tier, but I might bump him up, to be honest. Colby Covington, at this point, he's got to go C tier, right? Even if you look at his overall career, it's not like he has some crazy wars or anything. The Usman fights are like awesome, honestly, but beyond the Usman fights, you know, the Woodley fight wasn't nothing crazy. The The fight with Buckley was fun, but it was just because he was getting his ass beat. You know what I mean? So I think DDP is a very high topic because if we look at his style, every fighter is the hardest fight for him, but he's also the hardest fight for everyone. Yeah, I agree. I think he's one of these guys stylistically that is just too. He's a tricky customer, as Lucas Tracy would say. He's too tricky to figure out. How do you figure out the style of Dricus du Plessis? It's too difficult because he's also improving as well. Like, dude, he added a spinning back fist to his game in his last fight, you know, and a spinning back elbow, and he does have like obscene power. He's obscenely strong. He has retard strength. So I think he is the hardest fight for a guy like Hamza, but Hamza is by far his hardest fight. So that's why I'm so excited for that fight, to be honest. But yeah, I'll put Paulo Costa B tier. Is that Dominic Cruz? Dominic Cruz? I'll keep him B tier. Dominic Cruz B tier for me. I think that's fair. Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush. C tier. Border. D tier. Don't really do much for me. Rainier de Ritter. Rainier de Ritter's A tier right now. At this point. Always fun. Always brings it. Yeah, he's A tier for me, man. The Bo Nichols fight was good. He was just going forward, pressuring Bo Nichols, stopped him. Instantly stops Kevin Holland within like 2 minutes. Has some fun scraps outside of the UFC as well. Even if they were against old men, low-level comp. Ank is not a pure grappler, nor a decent grappler, so it's not a big deal to defend him or take him down. But to DDP in lightweight or middleweight, DDP will beat him. Ank is not a pure grappler, nor a decent grappler, so it's not a big deal to defend him or take him down. But to DDP in light heavyweight, I think you meant, or middleweight, DDP will beat him. Okay. I think DDP could beat Ank alive, or unless you're saying Pereira. I think you're saying Pereira. But nonetheless, shout out to Ank alive, I guess. Ank alive was supposed to fight who was he supposed to fight? Yuri, right? At International Fight Week, and then that's why Pereira tweeted that freaking the UFC or blah blah blah, I might retire. Pereira was crying on Twitter because they were gonna give Yuri the title shot. It's like, bro, they needed a main event for International Fight Week. Like, I get it. Like, if you're not available, you're not available. But yes, I'm talking about Alex. All right. Okay. Yeah, I agree with what you said. Nate Diaz. Oof. Modern Nate Diaz is mid, bro. Old man modern Nate Diaz is mid as fuck, bro. Old man Nate Diaz is mid, bro. This new version of Nate Diaz is so mid. But like, he has so many fun scraps throughout his career. But this, I'm gonna say B. I think I'm just gonna keep him at B. There's too many B tier fighters here. We're gonna change this up. Merab the Valishvili. I'll say S tier. No, I'm kidding. Merab. Fuck. I don't know. Shoot, man. At C? So I might go C for Merab just because I'm not gonna like recency bias. You might want to go B. I'm gonna go C from Rob. I might put. Should I put Curtis Blades in C? No, I'll keep. I might go C from Rob. I love Merab. He's one of my favorite fighters, but I have to be honest. Bro. I just have to be honest here. Justin Gaethje, S tier. Obviously, that's easy. That's so easy. Instantaneous S tier. Buckley is also an exciting fighter. Yeah, I love Buckley, man. I got him in the A tier. I think he's gonna give Usman a run for his money. I think he's gonna KO Usman. I think he's gonna like dominate Usman. Let's just say that. The problem with Ankalaev is that he is very hard to hit because he does not overextend and low output. For example, his fight against Rakic and Pereira. Yeah, he's very patient. And the grappling threat is always there, so these guys are scared to just flurry on him because they're scared they might just get double-legged. But that's the thing. He's not like a... Buckley is absolutely yoked. I don't know how he makes welterweight. It's actually obscene how he makes welterweight. Oh, who's next? Who's next on the list? Diego Lopez. I'll go D tier. Nah, imagine. I'm going to go S tier. I think that's pretty easy. S tier for Diego Lopez. I am biased, I'll be honest. I always got to admit when I'm biased. For some of these fighters, I love Diego Lopez. Always brings a scrap. Always has fun fights. Goes, like, legitimately always tries to go for a finish. The Volk fight was really good. The Volk fight's one of the best fights of the year, for sure. That's not saying much, though. It's been a mid-year. Max Holloway. S tier. No explanation needed. Come on, guys. Islam Makhachev. Oh. I'll go A tier. He's not S tier for me yet. I'll go A tier. He has had a couple of boring fights. Better put Evloev in B. Yo, Evloev is going in that D tier, brother. Nah, I don't know. I don't even see Evloev here. Is he here? I don't think I see him. I see Shamil though. Yoked Jesus. Oh, Buckley is yoked, absolutely yoked. Jesus, I think he means like Buckley is absolutely yoked. Jeez, man. Volk. Yeah, Volk. I'd probably put like S tier. No, A tier. No, S tier. A tier, S tier. I don't fucking know. Volk's one of my top 3 all-time favorites, though, so I am biased. I think Usman beats Buckley by taking him to the fence and holding him there like he used to. You think so? Do you think he's going to be strong enough, though, to do that against Buckley at this stage of his career? Like, prime Usman could have done that against Buck. But this, like, version of Usman with the cobblestone knees and he, I don't know. He's been inactive as well. I don't trust Usman to be strong enough to hold Buckley against the cage in a 5-rounder for 5 consecutive rounds. Evloev's last 3 fights have been good. That's fair. Fine, I'll put him in the F tier. Nah. I don't see Evloev. I do see Evloev actually. But we'll get to him. Hopefully we get Buck versus Cock. Oh, that'd be so good, man. For a title eliminator. I don't know. I hope so too, man. I hope so. I think it's possible. If he starches Usman, Gary's looking to be active. Oh boy. This next name, John Jones. Listen, kid. How do you not put John Jones in the D tier? Anyways, I'm not changing that. I don't care. I'm biased. I hate John Jones. Anyways. No, I don't hate him. Hate is a strong word. I strongly dislike John Jones. JDM, S tier. Don't care. JDM's the GOAT. No, honestly, I'm going to go A tier for JDM. Is that fair? He's had a couple of snooze. No, you know what? I'm going to go S tier just because of the Bilal fight. The Bilal fight is one of the best title fights in welterweight history. So, dude, the Bilal fight is going to be looked back on like... This might be crazy to say, but trust me, this is going to age well in like 10 years. The Bilal fight is going to be looked back on. How do I say this? The Bilal versus JDM fight will be looked back on the same way that Lawler and Rory McDonald was looked back on. Look. Oh my God, I can't say it. You guys know what I mean, right? You guys know what I mean. Fuck this shit, man. You guys know what I mean. The Bilal JDM fight will be, you know what I mean. Forget it. Speaking of Bilal, A tier. No, S tier. I think Bilal Muhammad is one of these fighters that I think he transcends MMA in such a way where, dare I say, Bilal Muhammad is the GOAT. I mean, when you let me stop. I'm trolling. I'm gonna go Bilal fucking C tier, D tier. I'll go D tier for Bilal. He did get knee surgery. Let's see how it goes. Did Usman got knee surgery? He did get knee. Oh, you know that is a good point, to be honest, because maybe he's cleaned up his knees a little bit. You know, you say knees. John Jones likes to be on his knees, anyways. John is not that exciting fighter. He's more of a defensive, but with pressure. Honestly, John is not. Even though I am biased, so I'm gonna put him D tier automatically. But like in all seriousness, like he is pretty mid. Like the best John Jones fights are when they're trying to beat his ass. It's not really like he has had performances where he's like put a beating on people. Don't get me wrong, but like the Reyes fight was so fun because Reyes was trying to KO him. You know, same with the first Gustafsson fight to an extent. Because that was like, oh, the first time anyone's ever taken him down. That's when Gus took him down for the first time. So, Conor McGregor. Ooh. I got to say S tier for Conor. Like, honestly, because insane highlight reel KOs. The Khabib fight even was fun, to be honest with you. I thought was even fun. The Poirier trilogy was good, even before the leg break. That fight was a fun scrap. Even though he was probably gonna get KO'd. I rewatched that fight against Poirier, the one where he broke his leg. He was gonna get KO'd in that fight, bro. He was like doing the karate stance. I'm like, bro, blood is washed, bro. I picked him to beat Chandler if they would have had fought last year. I would have picked him to beat Chandler because I don't think he's that washed, but now he's too far gone, bro. He still probably beats Chandler, though. I'm not even kidding. I think the hardest matchup for DDP in middleweight would have been Cannonier, but he is far from title picture. That's very interesting. Yeah, Cannonier. I feel like Cannonier has good power. He has. His chin is good. To be honest with you. He has good recoverability. Like, he has been dropped, like, in his last couple of fights, but, like, he's recovered, like, extremely well. And I think his grappling is good enough to not get, like, held down by DDP, to be honest with you. It would have been good. I know Horse Beef MMA, he said Gregory Rodriguez would have been a nightmare matchup for DDP. So, you know. I thought Gregory was going to beat Cannonier, so I don't think at the time that was a bad take, but, you know, shout out to Horse Beef, though. I feel like I do love Gregory Rodriguez. I think he's going to beat Jack Hermanson, to be honest. Maybe, though. Maybe. Khabib. Oh, my God. Wait, where'd he go? Khabib. Khabib. I might bump. Who should I think I'm gonna bump. No, I'll Khabib in the C tier is not fair. I'll go Khabib in the B tier. Why does it do that? Where it like, okay, I'll just take like Nate Diaz out or something, and then I'll put like Khabib in the B tier. Sorry, Nate Diaz, you're gonna be left out of this one. There's too many names here. Charles Oliveira. We got Charles Oliveira. Where'd he go? You guys know where I'm putting him. S tier, obviously. That's pretty easy. Dun, 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 dun. Giri Prohaska. S tier, easily. That's easy. Too easy. Easy money, brother. Easy money. Dustin Poirier. There's too many S tiers now. Now there's too many S tiers. What if we put Gaethje? No, Gaethje can't be in the A tier. What if we put... Okay, I'll just do that. What if we put... It's too long of a list. Okay. Lerone Murphy. Oh, Deed's here. He sucks. Damn, they got like all kinds of fighters here. Fedor, what's his name? Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor Emelianenko. He's the GOAT. I really think he is. I'll go Fedor like. I think Unk is gonna be in the A tier. I don't care. Call me a casual. I don't care. I don't come from the. I think hardest matchup DDP would have been Cannonier. The only nightmare match for DDP is Hamzat. Yeah, but there are guys that match up against DDP stylistically. I really want to see him versus Rainier de Ritter. Whoo! Where's Isaac Deek? Are you trying to make me say I suck Deek? Where's I suck Deek? Is that what is this one of those like where's D's nuts? Where's DN? You're trying to troll me? Where's I suck Deek? Oh my god. Oh my god. Dustin versus Max does not make any sense. I think it would have been Justin. Wait, Dustin versus Max does not make any sense. I think it should have been Justin versus Poirier because they are 1-1. I actually like Dustin versus Max. Maybe I'm a casual for that. I like Dustin versus Max, to be honest. I think I'm a little bit more interested in seeing like this version of Holloway versus Dustin because the only like when we saw Holloway face Dustin, he was like a fat lightweight on short notice, you know? This is his proper lightweight debut. The only thing is, it's like I don't want either of them to lose. Whereas if it was Poirier versus Gaethje, I wouldn't care if Gaethje lost. I'll be honest. I love Justin Gaethje, but I wouldn't care if he lost. I would be rooting for Poirier in that one. But I also think they're doing it because I don't know why they're doing it, but I think it's a good fight, to be honest. I think it's a good fight, personally. Plot armor versus plot armor. Yeah, Hamza DDP is just like that. I wonder what's gonna happen. Is it just gonna cancel out? Is the plot armor just gonna cancel out? That fight would be fun. That fight would be fun. I like DDP a ton, so I hope that RDR gets slept by Whitaker. Oh, you're saying plot armor for RDR DDP. I think that's what you're saying, right? Yeah, that fight is dude, that fight would be sick, man. I like DDP a ton, so I hope that RDR gets slept by Whitaker. Wait, Wait, I like DDP a ton, so I hope you want RDR to get slept by Whitaker? Why? I think he's gonna sleep Whitaker. I think RDR is gonna sleep Whitaker. Sadly, I like Whitaker, but I think he's gonna sleep him. Sean O'Malley. This kid is he's A tier. You got to be fair. He's definitely A tier. Always has a good scrap. This kid is A tier. Listen, kid, how do you not put Sean O'Malley in the A tier? Alex Pereira, S tier. Alex Pereira. All right, there's way too many fighters on this list. Yeah, there's way too many fighters. You guys want to see it? Look at this list. There's way too many fighters on this damn list. Peter Yan, I'd put in the S tier. Wait, it's not even. Let me crop it better. Hold on. I don't think you guys can see. Okay. Peter Yan, I'd put in the S tier. Sandhagen. Yeah, there's way too many fighters. Yeah, for this, I literally searched up greatest UFC fighters. That's the tier list I'm using is the greatest UFC fighters tier list. But I just turned it into the most exciting because I see Ilya. There's Ilya at the bottom there. Ilya's S tier. But yeah, I think that's it for the tier list. Gaziev, wait, hold on. Where's Gaziev? Gaziev is S tier. Gaziev is S tier. I love his mukbang videos. He does mukbang videos? No way. No way Gaziev does mukbang videos. Wait, does he actually? I would watch that, I swear. I would actually watch that unironically. Unironically. But yeah, that's the tier list. By the way, I'm from India. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my enjoyers from India, my fans from India, my subs from India, my supporters from India, whatever you want to call it. I'm also from India. No, I'm kidding. So what are your thoughts on Ansho Jabli then, if you're from India, if you don't mind me asking? Gaziev S tier. I love his mukbang videos. I wish he doesn't do mukbangs. Damn. You just got my hopes up. I think Gaziev doing a mukbang would feed families. Literally would feed families. He's done and dusted. I know, bro. I feel bad for Ansho Jabli. I don't know. Why doesn't like India have more prospects? Why doesn't India have more prospects? Because I saw that guy in the Contender Series got KO'd as well. I saw that guy in the Contender Series. No, not the Contender Series. It was the road to the UFC. Take off the cap, please. No, my hair is not looking good, brother. If you want to see me without a cap, watch like any of my other videos. Literally, he's done and dusted. Yeah, it's sad, man. I miss Ansho Jabli. I hope he comes back real soon. Indian's not girthy enough. It's kind of gay. No, I think, yeah, I don't know. I think India needs some sort of MMA market. Okay, Xiao Kyung Ko will fight Oban Elliott at UFC Baku on June 21st. I just saw this tweet. Oh yeah, so oh my god, bro, we have Blanchfield versus Macy Barber next weekend. It just gets better, doesn't it? It just gets better. It just always gets better. Blanchfield, I thought it was this weekend for the whole week until we got to like Thursday. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not this weekend? Oh, I was so angry when I found out it wasn't this weekend. Show Bobs in vagina. Because over here, India is corrupt like you can never imagine, bro. It's hell for the other sport lovers. Really? That's why? So, is what's the biggest sport in India? It's cricket, right? I think it's cricket. Because, like, dude, India has, what, 1 billion people? Like, you would think they would have, like, a big... I mean, you'd think they'd have, like, a soccer team. Well, is there an Indian soccer team? I don't know, but I'm a casual. What type of Punjabi are you? Are you asking me, or are you asking Mr. Pratham? Ansho is a champion material, but his coach is a fanboy and more of a cloud chaser. They focus in money and show. Yeah, it goes back to the coaching, right? Ansho Jabli should go to, like, I don't even know, American Top Team, ATT, Killcliff. I don't know. He should probably just train in, like, Brazil or something. Send Ansho to 2-3 years in Dagestan and forget, literally. Cricket? Yeah, I figured it was cricket. I figured it was cricket. But yeah, apparently, I can't believe freaking the next card is Blanchfield versus Barber. But after that, let me see. Did they officially make Patchy Mix versus? Let me check the card. I'm looking at it right now. Did they officially make Patchy Mix versus what's his name? What's that kid's name? Mario Batista? Let me see. Yes, it's right here. Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista. How do I pull this up? Listen, kid, how do you not do Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista? Wait, fuck. He doesn't even have a pic. He doesn't even have a picture, bro. Bro, he doesn't even have a picture. Vicente Luque, Kevin Holland is decent. While almost all countries and small islands have their own national soccer team, India currently is ranked number 120, number 127. Which is effing horrible. Anshul was a math teacher, bro. He learned math at 23 and came into UFC early with undefeated record at RTU. He learned MMA at, I said he learned math at 23. I was so good. He learned math at 23 years old. He learned MMA at 23. I mean, that's not bad, to be honest with you. Undefeated record of RTU at RTU. Well, he got whooped bad. 316 is by definition not bad, not good card. Is the definition of not bad, not good card. Yeah, it's like to me it's the second. Damn, I don't know. It might be like the second best card on paper this year. Yo, what's up? Fuck, how do I say that name? Niap. Over here, there is no infrastructure. Yeah, they need to build a. Anshul Jubli needs to become a millionaire in the UFC, and then he needs to like build an Indian MMA organization. Ivar, okay, Ivar, like the freaking like the Viking. Fucking Ivar. I know what's that wrestler Ivar from the Viking. The Viking. What's their team? That's a cool name, Ivar. You should join the UFC with that name. Listen, kid, or join the UFC. So yeah, India has no infrastructure. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't really know what they could do, to be honest with you. I don't know what they could do. I guess Anshul Jubli needs to just, and then like Pooja Tomar just lost. Their only women's prospect. She just lost. So your guys. She was winning that fight too. She was winning that fight, and like she dropped her opponent. Okay, what is this language? I'm like, what does that say? What the fuck does that comment say? I can't read that. I'm not even gonna try to read that. Brother, I know try to read that, brother. But yeah, Anshul Jubli, I kinda miss him, you know. Listen, kid, how are you not a fan of Anshul Jubli? Kevin Holland, Vicente Luque, Bruno Silva, Joshua Van is good. Bruno Silva, Joshua Van, Johnny Walker, Azamat Murzakanov. That's okay. Wait, did that just get added to this card? No, isn't it Azamat versus Waldo Cortez or something? No, wait. Oh, it's Spivak versus Waldo Cortez. So then, I think Walker and Murzakanov is not happening. India will need 10 plus years for a proper win on high level. Yeah, they're going to need a little bit of time, hopefully. And Pooja Tomar is a Christian-based Pooja Tomar. Based. I knew there's a reason I liked her. Now let me stop. I think India will. I don't think India will ever succeed in the UFC. Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. Anshul Jubli is going to win that belt, bro. Fuck, man. I don't know. I hope so. Ariane De Silva, Wong Kong. Ariane De Silva. Wow. Anyways. What else do we got here? Quillan Salkild. I didn't know he was on this card. He's facing Yanal Ashmus. Bryce Mitchell. Oh, Bryce Mitchell. Let me stop. Quinlan Salkild is pretty good. He was in the my recent UFC prospects tier list video, which if you guys haven't checked that out, check it out. It's on the channel. It's right before this stream. I just dropped it last night. Thank you. Check that out, please. Thank you. But Quinlan Southcote is very good. Why does he have like scars on his cheeks? You guys see that? Like his. Anyways, that sounded pretty gay. Wait, this is the guy that knocked out Anshul Jabli. Wait a minute. Oh my god, I didn't even realize. This is the guy that knocked out Anshul Jabli. No, this is the guy that knocked out Anshul Jabli. Oh my god. We're just talking about him. Oh my god, I didn't realize. Bro, India is everywhere. Everyone is hungry. Definitely India will take over UFC. It's Azmat Mirzakhanov versus Brenton Ribeiro. I knew it was against Ribeiro. I knew it. Wait, Ribeiro, he's coming off of that loss against... Or am I thinking of Vitor Petrino? They're all the same. India versus Pakistan in an MMA match. Wait, is there any Pakistani fighters then? Isn't Vitor Petrino moving up to heavyweight on this card, or did that get rebooked? Vitor, I didn't know. I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. I didn't know he was moving up to heavyweight. I don't think it's on this card. Vitor Petrino. Doesn't look like it, unless it got rebooked or something. Hold on, I'll check. Vitor Petrino. Crazy that hype will be more than Conor versus Habib if Pac versus India happened in the UFC. I can't believe we got to sit through Blanchfield versus Macy Barber next week. Every time I look at that freaking picture of them two, it's just two mid-white girls going at it. Like, nobody wants to watch that, bro. Then next week we have a co-main event at Rose Namajunas, Miranda Maverick. Not next week, after 316, a week after 316. I'm looking at this card. I don't see Vitor Petrino here. I'm looking at this Atlanta card, which is the card after 316. I don't see Petrino. I see Alonzo Menifield is fighting Omar Sy. Dude, they just keep giving Alonzo Menifield, like, outside of the rankings, guys. They do not care for Alonzo Menifield. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. I'm not showing my screen. I just realized that. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Petrovsky. Teresa Bleda versus Jamie Lynn Horth. What is this card, man? Jeesh. I know it's a freaking fight night, so I'll be easy on it. But Cody Brundage, Mansour Abdul Malik, that's okay. That's okay. Chiesa Court McGee, that's okay. Ricky Simone Jordain's is a good scrap. And then Rose Namajunas, Miranda Maverick is It's not good at all. And then Buckley Usman is awesome. That Atlanta card's kind of mid, I'm not going to lie. Wait, isn't that Atlanta card supposed to have... Isn't the Atlanta card supposed to have... Shit. Isn't that card supposed to have... Heine Barcelos versus... Cody Garbrandt. I don't know if it's on that card, though. There is one fighter from Pakistan. He's a world champion in karate. He's a dangerous striker. Oh, he's going to be the champ. He's going to be the champ, bro. What's his weight class? He's going to be the champ for sure. I know Vitor is fighting a heavyweight at least. Thought it was this card. Yeah, I don't know. It might be. Let me see if it's on the Baku card. What is this picture? What the fuck? What do you think about Ilya Oliveira? How do you think it will end? Well, I am an Ilya Topuria Glazer, so I'm going to go with Ilya Topuria via first round KO. I think he's going to destroy Charles Oliveira within the first minute of the fight, and that is it. Petrino, yeah, I think he's going to beat Charles, to be honest. Charles is too hittable, and I think Ilya is going to be underratedly strong. I think people are underrating how strong Ilya is going to be. Petrino versus Austin Lane. Okay, there it is on the Nashville card. All right, that should be good. That should be good, I think. Well, should it be good? I don't know. Austin Lane is kind of... Usman's going to cry again. Yeah, Usman is... Dude, I can see Usman and Buckley having like a bit of a... Not a fight, but like a shoving match or something before the fight. Like, I can see them arguing. Ilya will go for a sub or on Charles to prove a point. I know I saw Bedtime say that Ilya was going to clip farm. I was thinking that too. I swear I was thinking that. I was like... Why do I feel like Ilya is gonna KO not KO? Why do I feel like he's gonna drop Charles and then like go for the back or something? Prime Usman versus Prime Habib. Prime Usman, he'd be too big for Habib, I think. Austin Lane is a bum. He got starched in his last fight, didn't he? I'm in my bear, bro. I grabbed him by the scruff of his chest and slapped that little nose off him, yeah? Little ding dong thing. Ilya avoided Ryan and ground. There's no way he would go for a sub. Ryan Hall. I mean, he avoided him, but then he KO'd. I don't know. But I guess his Ryan Hall was... Is that his name, Ryan Hall? Or am I thinking of Gordon Ryan? No, Gordon Ryan is the jiu-jitsu guy. Ryan Hall? Isn't that his name, Ryan Hall? Yeah, Ryan Hall... Yeah, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, Ryan Hall. Okay. I feel like it's not like Ryan Hall was going for a takedowns. I was gonna say that Ryan Hall was pulling guard though. That's the thing. He was just like laying on his back, like trying to invite Ilya in. If Charles went for a takedown and then got like a good position and Ilya reversed it and then tried to go for the back, or I don't know, I could see that more. Like I could see Ilya kind of trying to go for a sub within a scramble or something like that, rather than if Charles is going to pull guard, he's not going to obviously go down with him. But this card is good. Fiziev versus Bahamondes with the main event of Hill Roundtree. That's a great card. To be honest, that card alone, like those two fights alone, I don't need anything else, to be honest. Like the undercard could be shit, which it kind of is. Like Bogdan Grad versus Muhammad Naimov, Nazim Siddiqov, Nicholas Mata. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Azamat Maxim. Who? Azamat Maxim. Isn't this his debut? Excuse me. No, it's not his debut. I'm a casual. He lost to Charles Johnson. I don't even... Who the fuck is Azamat Max? I don't remember this guy at all. Am I casual? Irina, okay, who cares? Two lesbian looking chicks. Hamdi Abdullah Wahab. Look at this guy, bro. Who is? Oh, we spoke about this guy in the last stream, I think. This guy's crazy, man. Look at this guy. Look at Brata. Look at this guy. This is John Pork. Oliveira can beat Ilya if he comes with a great game plan with distance and relentless wrestling, but he's dumb. He thinks he can knock out Ilya. He did say that. If he fights the way he fought against Chandler, which is wrestling heavy, good defensively, patient, he could have a decent chance. I do just think that Ilya is going to go for the kill. I just think he's going to back up Oliveira against the cage eventually. He's going to light up Oliveira's legs with the low kicks, which Oliveira doesn't usually get his legs chewed up, to be honest. He usually has good low kick defense. So that'll be very tricky for Ilya to sort of use his low kicks super effectively, because he used them really well against like Josh Emmett. He like chewed up Josh Emmett's legs. And that's what kind of slows them down, and that's what allows them to cut off the ring and then find them against the cage. So I don't know. Honestly, the Oliveira fight's really good. I think it's a great fight. I'm not like obviously I'm not as hyped for it as I am Makhachev Ilya. I would have been way more hyped for that, but the closer we get to Oliveira Ilya, the more hype builds, in my opinion. If Charles just straight up spams oblique kicks, he can win it. I think so. I know that's what Holloway did. Holloway tried to use a lot of oblique kicks. He didn't spam them, but he tried to use a lot of oblique kicks. But Holloway's actually taller than Charles, I think. Which I've seen a lot of people say it, like, oh, Ilya's a midget. It's like Ilya's the same size as Volk, and Holloway is taller than Charles. Hamdi versus Shamil Gaziev would feed generations. Dude, they would feed each other first before they'd feed the generation. Dude, they're so fat. Like this is the modern heavyweight fighter. It's crazy. And he's 6-0. I know he has 5 knockouts, but look at this guy. This is what a heavyweight is now. This is what we got. Oh my god, this hairy white guy with a pot belly. He's built like Tony Soprano. He's built like freaking, I don't even know, man. He's worse than Tony Soprano. It's 2 p.m. here. Okay. It's 9 p.m. here. No, I'm kidding. It's 4 p.m. where I'm at. Hamdi has nice tits. He has bigger tits than like most women's fighters. Shamil looks in better shape now on his. He actually does, like in his last fight. To be fair, like all jokes aside, Shamil looked in great shape. I'll be honest. He's slimming down a lot. Tony would smoke this fool. Tony Ferguson. Tommy, Tom Aspinall. Oh, okay. Still built better than the GOAT Chris Dawkins. I miss Chris Dawkins, man. Chris Dawkins. Man, I remember Chris Dawkins. Those are the days. The Chris Dawkins era. And then we got Topuria Oliveira. Not that far. We're not that far from Topuria Oliveira. Oh my gosh, bro. We're going to win the second belt, boys. We're going to do it. I'm about to cry. We're actually going to win that second belt. By we, I mean me and Ilya Topuria, of course. I think this card is confusing to me, man. Like, this is not a bad main card, like, to be honest with you. Like, this main card is not bad. Topuria versus Oliveira. Pantoja Cara France. Benil Moicano. Royval Cap. Costa Kopylov. That's not a bad main card. It is just missing like a Yuri Prohaska, Carlos Oberg, or it's missing like a Justin Gaethje, Armin Sarukian. It's missing like one more sort of big name, you know? It's like a good card, but it's I need it to be a little bit more for the casuals, you know? Where's Armin? Chris Dawkins title run incoming. Did he get cut from the UFC? He needs to come back, I think. If he did get cut, I don't know. Charles does have better ground game, kicks, Muay Thai, and height and reach. You're not going to convince me Charles is winning. I'm sorry. I'm never changing my mind. Ilya's going to KO him in the first minute. If I'm wrong, I will retire. I will actually stamp that. If Charles Oliveira beats Ilya Topuria, I will retire from making content forever. Do you think the UFC will let Armin be the backup fighter? Ooh, I don't know what they're doing with Armin, man. Because, like, the thing is, like, Armin wants to fight in the summer. Patty wants to fight in October. Gaethje's mad that he didn't get a title shot. I don't know if you guys saw that. Gaethje's apparently pissed that he didn't get a title shot. That's what I saw. I think John Anik said it, that he spoke to Gaethje. He was golfing with Justin Gaethje, and Gaethje was pissed he didn't get a title shot. So Gaethje, I don't know if Gaethje's just going to wait for a title shot and just sort of like sit out. I hope not, because that'd piss me off, but I hope not. But we know his manager is Ali Abdelaziz, so would you guys be surprised if they try to do Gaethje versus the winner of Oliveira Topuria? I wouldn't be shocked. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, you could just do, if Topuria wins, you could try to do Gaethje versus Topuria in December as a main event. That's not a bad fight. Like, it's a sick fight on paper, but I would prefer Gaethje just fight one more, you know? But I could see him waiting out for a title shot. So Armin's kind of fucked, because you could do Armin Patty, but if Armin wants to fight in the summer, he's going to have to fight like a Dan Hooker. But Dan Hooker's hand is still injured, apparently. He had to get another surgery on his hand. So I don't know what poor Armin is going to do, man. He turned down Gamrot, but it's like, dude, if you want to be active, like, there's not a lot of options if you're at the top of lightweight. It's really not. So Armin, I think Armin should have just fought Gamrot. He probably would have beat him pretty clearly, and then he could have then demanded a title shot. But will he be the backup? No, I don't think so. Though the UFC should have a backup, because if, God forbid, Charles pulls out 2 weeks before the event, like, that's the UFC's fault for, again, not having a backup, because they never have backups anymore. They used to always have backup fighters. Now they never have backup fighters. they never ever have backup fighters, and it's so stupid because it's a $1 billion company. Like, how did they not have a backup for Arman versus Islam? Like, the fact that we had to watch Moicano get slaughtered by Islam when we could have just had like Gaethje as the backup, Oliveira as the backup, even Ilya as the backup, or somebody who's like a name as the Volk as the backup. I don't care. Like, somebody other than Moicano is the second best option. That's crazy. I'll come back and let you tell you to retire. Okay. Well, I stamped it, so I can't take it back. Arman has a wrestling match in a couple of days against Pitbull. I saw that. He does have a wrestling match. He's trying to stay busy. I saw him have a wrestling match in, what was it, Karate Combat? He won his wrestling match, and he is trying to stay busy. He's been looking a little bit fat lately, though. Arman's been looking a little bit chubby lately. Well, in the last wrestling match I saw, he looked a little bit hefty. So I'm not really sure what Arman's going to do. I don't know. I like Arman. I think he's cool. I think the UFC shouldn't be icing him out like this. I think they should, be a little bit nicer to Arman, He ain't do nothing wrong. Free my boy Arman. No, I worry Arman might leave or something. I don't think he's going to leave. He's frustrated, though. He seems... No, you know what I did see? I saw a clip of Arman say... I saw a clip of Arman on that Rampage Jackson podcast. And he said something like, if the UFC don't give me a title contender, something about like if the UFC don't give me something, I might leave. Like, I don't know. He said something, he sounded pretty serious. So, I don't know. He seems like pretty upset, to be honest with you. He is a millionaire. He doesn't need the money. He came from money. You saw that too? Yeah, I saw that. He said he said he might leave or something like that. I forget the exact words, but then that bear guy was like, wait, Arman, can you repeat what you said? You said if the UFC doesn't do this, you might leave? And then Arman was like, maybe. And then he left. He left the studio. So I don't know. Arman seems pretty unhappy right now. But I think he should have took the Gamrot fight. I don't know if that's like unfair. I don't know. Maybe that is unfair. Gamrot is numbered like 8, I think. So that is a big step down. But when you really look at lightweight, there's no other options. Like if Patty doesn't want to fight in the summer, then you're going to have to just wait to be on Patty's schedule. Then you got guys like Hooker is still going to be out. Dan Hooker. Poirier's done. Win or lose, I'd assume he's going to retire. Unless, you can't do Arman versus Holloway because he would still have to wait for Holloway if Holloway beats Poirier. He would still have to wait till the end of the year. So, yeah, Arman's either going to have to wait or just fight. He's going to have to fight way down in the rankings. Gamrot doesn't deserve the fight the number one contender, though. I get why Arman declined, but I don't get why the UFC even tried to make the fight. That's fair. I think they tried to make it because they needed a big fight for Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, whichever. It was a fight night. They were trying to make it like either the main event of a fight night or the co-main event of a fight night. I think it's the DDP, not DDP. Rainier de Ritter. I mixed them with DDP. The Rainier de Ritter Whitaker card. I think they were trying to get them on that card. I don't know why Gamrot specifically. I don't know. Again, maybe it was just an availability thing, but it is a weird fight to offer him, to be honest with you. It just depends. If he wants to really be active, then we'll see. If not, he's going to have to sit out and wait, sadly, but Tracy Cortez is I think Whitaker is going to dismantle Rainier de Ritter, to be honest. You think so? I think Rainier is going to I think Rainier's going to either sub him or TKO him, to be honest. Boom, I said it. Oh, I forgot about this card. Then this freaking Derek Lewis versus Towson Teixeira. Dude, I went to school with like 10 guys that look like Towson Teixeira. Like there was like 10 guys in my high school that looked just like Towson Teixeira. Like chubby, like Hispanic guys. He's not even Hispanic. He's Brazilian too. That's the funny part. Maybe I'm biased. Robert Whittaker is my favorite fighter of all time. Well, that explains it then, because I'm also saying Ilya is gonna dismantle Charles. So to be fair, that does explain it. No, I think Whittaker has like a really good chance of beating him, and I feel like he is being underestimated, to be honest. I don't know. Reinier de Ridder's momentum is fucking crazy right now. I think the co-main event of this card, by the way, is Evloev Aaron Pico, I think. I don't think this is the co-main event. Bro, why do they always overstack these damn Saudi Arabia cards, man? Or is this in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia? Same thing, man. Why do they... Yeah, Saudi Arabia. No. I think it's Abu Dhabi. Why do they always overstack it so much? Like, Whittaker, Reinier de Ridder. Evloev, Aaron Pico is going to be on this card, I think. And then it's going to be Sharat, Marc-Andre Barriot. Krylov versus Bogdan. Also, Amabayev, Ramazan Tamirov is a good fight. I mean, it's not that stacked, to be honest. Okay, it's not that stacked. But still, like... Can we get a Shara in, like, Chicago or something? I'd like to see Shara in, like, freaking Miami or Chicago. Unless, actually, I think it's a legal thing, right? He legally can't fight outside of, because of the commission, I heard. Both of Reynier's losses come from exhaustion. I think Whittaker could keep the distance and pick at him for the first couple of rounds. It is a 5-rounder, actually. That's a good point. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. If he can weather the Reinier storm... You're right, though. I just think, yeah, I think if Whittaker can survive like those first 2 rounds, I think he probably has the fight, right? Because like Reinier has 5-round experience, but he does gas and he can gas, and we've seen him gas. So unless he's just been working like crazy good on his cardio, unless he's been working with John Jones or something on his cardio. Holloway Poirier. This card looks good. I've seen they added Vettori Brendan Allen on this card. Magny Gunner's okay. Adam Fugit versus Islam Dulatov is okay. It's good. I mean, Islam Dulatov is a good name. He's a good prospect. Ikram Lascara Bruno Fey is a real good fight, actually. That's actually a great fight, to be honest. Jimmy Crute, Marcin Prachnio is okay. Carly Judas versus Nicole. Okay. Vinicius Oliveira, Kyler Phillips is a sick fight. Okay, this card's pretty good, to be honest. Ribas, Tabitha Ritchie just ruined it. He just fucking ruined it. This fight just ruined it. It literally just ruined it, bro. I got all hype for nothing. This fight just ruined it. No, seriously, though, this card is actually pretty sick. It needs, like, a really great co-main event. Like, bro, let's try to get Yuri on one of these cards, man. I miss Yuri. Let's do Yuri versus Oldberg, co-main event. Feature fight, Peter Yan versus Corey Sandhagen, and then the rest of the card is okay. Like, you don't need to stack the rest of the card, in my opinion. And I think Whittaker used to have the best takedown defense in the sport. If he still has half of that, he has this in the bag. His takedown defense is... Fuck. Are you trying to convince me that Whittaker is going to beat Reinier de Ridder? You're doing a good job of it, man. I need to do more research, kid. I need to watch more 1FC Reinier de Ridder fights. Nah, I'm kidding. Honestly, though, he's look really good in the UFC. Arman versus Gaethje could be the co-main event for 318. Good point. Arman versus Justin Gaethje co-main event but then people are gonna say, dude, why didn't you just do Gaethje versus Poirier then if they're gonna be on the same card? I already know that's what people are gonna rage about. I already know people are going to rage about that. Why did you just do Gaethje versus Poirier then? Why, if he's already going to be on that card? We'll see, though. That's a great co-main, to be honest. Holloway Poirier co-main, Gaethje versus Arman. They don't usually do that, though. They don't usually do, like, a co-main event in the same weight class as the main event. You never really see that. I don't think so. Unless I'm wrong. It's usually, like... light heavyweight, then a heavyweight in the main event, or lightweight, then welterweight main event. Whitaker versus Rainier. What else do we got looking for? Oh, we're going to O Block, boys. Duplessis Chimaev in O Block. See, this is what confuses me though. It's cool that like Khamzat is finally fighting in America, but Chicago? Why? I don't know. It's like this should have been in like South Africa. We should be doing DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev, South Africa. Why are we doing DDP versus Khamzat in freaking Chicago? It's just weird. DDP versus Chimaev should be in South Africa. Like, how have we not done a card in South Africa? I hope Strickland versus Izzy 2 is the co-main event for 319. Strickland Izzy. That's a good... Oh, I didn't think of that, to be honest. I never thought of that. Strickland versus Izzy. I forgot about Izzy, to be honest. Shit, you're right. Strickland versus Izzy. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Because then we have Izzy, Strickland, Khamzat, and Dricus in one press conference. Bro, UFC, hire this man. Hire this man, bro. Please. I never thought of that. Yes, you could have freaking DDP, Khamzat, Strickland, Izzy. Let's get fucking... Who else can we get on this card? 319, August. Let's get... Fuck. Who could we get on this card? Fuck. Who could we get on this card? Fuck. I can't think of anybody. My mind is blanking right now. I don't know. I can't think of anybody. Cameron Simon. I could see them stacking 319. I could see them stacking it too. Even though I think the main event is big, I could also see them like wanting it to like sell really well. I love this fight, man. I love Dricus versus Khamzat, man. Which is crazy because so many people, like including myself, didn't even think DDP would make it to the belt. Even though I did say he'd beat Whitaker, I think. I wasn't even doing MMA YouTube, but I said, I got a feeling about this DDP kid, you know. I'm not, you know, look, I can't prove it, but just if you guys take my word for it, I did always have a feeling DDP would be something, you know. But it's pretty crazy. Like, I wouldn't have never guessed this would be the most hyped fight of 2025 if you would have asked me like 2 years ago when DDP was facing Brunson. What's his name? Jared Brunson or something? Brunson and freaking Till. I'd be like, yeah, a couple years from now, he's going to have the most hyped up fight of the year with Khamzat Chimaev. Like, that would have been crazy. Khamzat was still a welterweight, right? Well, he was going back and forth. Then we got a card in China, a fight night in China, which is good. So, we're not going to be in the Apex that much. I know that they didn't include it here, but I know that there's an Apex event somewhere in August. I think Anthony Hernandez, Roman Dolidze, and I think there's a card in somewhere. Fuck, I don't even know. Anthony Hernandez, Roman Dolidze, and then I know there's a card in the Apex as well. Oh, it's what's that guy's name? Amir Albazi versus Tatsuro Taira. But those are not bad Apex main events, to be fair. Those are actually good Apex main events. You know, Albazi is an Apex main event, but I would take it over Blanchfield versus fucking Macy Barber kid. So I can't believe this is the main event of a fucking fight night. We're still doing like women's main events. I genuinely believe there's a quota that they have to hit every year. They have to do a certain number of women's main events. I truly believe there's a quota. We have to watch these two fucking mid-white chicks go at it for 5 rounds. I mean, it sounds exciting when I put it like that, go at it, but really they're just going to throw punches. Like, it's just going to be awful. If Merab wins on 316, he's going to headline 320 most likely. He said he asked UFC already. Really? Well, then what do you think? So you don't think they're going to do Volk versus Yair is the headliner? Because Evloev is not getting the title shot. So either, unless Merab versus Volkanovski. Wait a minute, kid. No, imagine. He said he would never fight Volk. Which, I'd watch that, bro. I'd watch that. No, but, so Merab is the headliner of the Mexico card. Maybe Rob co-main. Maybe you do Maybe do Volk versus Yair. Co-main event Marab versus Sanhagen. Marab versus Sanhagen is the co-main event. Feature fight Diego versus Gene Silva. Gene Silva. You could put Gene Silva on. Ooh, should they do Gene Silva in Chicago, or should they save that for Mexico? I feel like it's tricky. You could do Gene Silva in 318 might be too soon. Yeah, you probably in Chicago, right? But then wouldn't you want Diego in Mexico? But they're probably going to get Brandon Moreno on there. I say you do, if you're going to have Marab on that card, Marab versus Pantoja, maybe. I know Pantoja did say, though, he doesn't want to move up. I saw him say that in an interview, that he wants to be the flyweight GOAT, so he's not interested in moving up. But you could do Marab versus Sanhagen co-main event. Main event, Volk versus Yair. Feature fight, if Diego's not going to be on the card. Feature fight, Brandon Moreno versus maybe Manel Cap if he beats Brandon Royval. Winner gets the guaranteed title shot next. Even though Manel Cap might want a title shot, though. Manel Cap has kind of earned a title shot, to be honest. Though I don't want him to fight one more, but there's not really a lot of options for Brandon Moreno. He should just move up. Brandon Moreno, move up to freaking bantamweight. I love Brandon Moreno, but you could put I mean, the UFC has a bunch of Mexicans. You could put Bahamondes is not Mexican, he's Chilean, but you could put him on there. But yeah. I'd like to see Gene Silva fight Arnold Allen before fighting a top 3 like Diego. I'd like to see Yeah. I would too, but because I think they should. Gene Silva, Arnold Allen is good. The thing is, I think they're gonna fast track Gene, man. Especially because Diego, there's not really a clear person for him to face next. It would have been Yair, but if Yair is getting the title shot because this company is bullshit, then it's gonna Diego's gonna be looking to fight soon. Gene's going to be looking to fight soon. Allen, I don't know what's going on with Arnold Allen. I wanted to see Arnold Allen versus Aljamain Sterling, but I don't think that's happening. Lerone Murphy could fight Gene Silva, but that doesn't interest me. There's names. What if Brandon Moreno moved up and fought Song Yadong? Song might be too big for him. I was joking about him moving up, to be honest, but if he moved up, seriously, he might be too small. He might have to put on a bit of muscle. He'd have to put on a little bit of size. Even Peter Yan is small for bantamweight, but Peter Yan is he might, look, Moreno might have that lighter man skill, but he's just the size of him, you know? Patchy Mix should fight Song Yadong if he beats Mario. That's good. See, Patchy Mix... Yeah, I think Patchy Mix is going to beat Mario Batista, to be honest. You do Patchy Mix versus Song Yadong. Because Song is coming off of a win, quote-unquote. Quote-unquote, a win. Excuse me. Yeah, Patchy Mix, Song Yadong. And if he wins that, one more and then a title shot. Because they're going to want to fast track Patchy Mix too. They're going to want him to, because they made an investment, you know. The thing is with Patchy Mix, it's he's definitely getting paid less, but, and this is what they do with Aaron Pico. Who else did they do this with? Yuri a little bit. They do this with these outside of the UFC stars. What they do, Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull, they basically say, all right, we're going to pay you way less, but we'll give you a top name. So, hey, Pitbull, we're going to pay you $1 million less, but we'll give you Yair. You know, Patchy Mix, we'll pay you less, but we'll give you a Mario Batista, you know? Even though that was a short notice thing, so I don't even know who they had planned for Patchy Mix initially because the Mario Batista fight is short notice. That wasn't even supposed to happen. I love that fight, though, and I think it actually makes 316 more exciting, unironically. Because now, instead of having to sit through like a boring Cheeto Vera fight against Mario, which we knew it would have been boring. But yeah. If Evloev versus Pico is 5 rounds, I low-key think Evloev finishes him. Evloev rocked Arnold Allen badly in their fight, and Pico has no chin. I think Pico has a chin. I think he has a chin, but the thing is, Pico is a really high-level grappler. So is Aljamain Sterling, though. And, you know, American wrestling is a little bit fraudulent. But Aaron Pico did train in Dagestan for like 3 years. Show the tier list? Oh, my bad. My bad, sir. Hold on one second. Yeah, we basically finished the tier list, but hold on one second. We pretty much finished it. There's too many fighters, but as you, I know my thing is covering it, but that's the S tier, and then it's A, B, C, D. So yeah, I think this is a fair tier list. Also, Tom Aspinall, I'm covering it, but Tom Aspinall is the first guy, and then it's Chandler. So S tier: Aspinall, Chandler, Hamzat, DDP, Diego, Holloway, JDM, Gaethje, Yuri, DDP, Connor, Charles, Alex. Then A tier is Joel Alvarez, Ignacio Bahamondes, Jan what's his name? Jan Blachowicz, Joaquin Buckley, Cannonier, DC, RDR, Islam, Fedor, Sean O'Malley, that is, not Strickland. B tier, Izzy, Aldo, I think that's Kaya Sakura, Arnold Allen, Kaio, Curtis. I might have to change some of these. Gilbert Burns, Cejudo, Paulo, Cruz, Habib. C tier is Brendan Allen. What's this guy's name? Jelton Almeida. I almost said Jalen Turner. Oh, that would have been racist. Jelton Almeida, Ankalaev, Randy Brown. Jelton Almeida is fun to watch, 95% finish rate, but people overlook it because it's all grappling. Fine, I'll put him A tier. Fine. Oh, fine. I'll put him in the A tier. Fine, I'll put him in the A tier, bro. No, you're right. It's just that Derek Lewis fight, brother. Who's the first one? I can't see. Aspinall. My bad. Tom Aspinall is the first one. I'd much rather watch Merab fight than Brendan Allen, to be honest. Wait, what did I put Merab? C tier? Yeah, but that's only like off of recent fights. The thing is, Merab only has like... The Umar fight was fantastic, though. The Umar fight was fantastic. The Cejudo fight was very fun. The O'Malley fight was mid. To be fair, a lot of these fighters can be super fun to watch, but it just depends on the matchup. Yeah. Like Cejudo was super fun to watch in his prime, def not B tier. Where is he? Oh, he is B tier. Yeah, but I feel like but if we're going off like his entire thing, I feel like his recent fights have been kind of mid. Cejudo, that is. If we're going off his entire career. Also, the way he fights stylistically as well, I factor into it. Like, not just a resume, but like, how does he actually fight? Like, does he try to go for a KO in the first minute? Does he try to... Does Brendan have a single fight of the night? Well, okay, I like the fight with Curtis. I almost said Curtis Blades. I always mix them up, not because they're black, but because their name is similar. Chris Curtis. The Mavil fight was fine. I'll put him in the D tier, and I'll put Merab in the B tier. There you go. You guys just made me change my thing, bro. You guys convinced me. You know what? Fuck it. Cejudo. Nah, but like that's because Umar made it good. Merab is normally boring. Yeah, okay, he's washed up. Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like B tier is fair. I don't know. Maybe you could make an argument like A, but Umar made it good. Merab is normally boring. Umar made it. I feel like Merab had better moments than Umar in that fight. He's the one that slammed him and then emoted, landed the overhand. I think Merab had better moments. They both made it fun because the pace was insane. Yeah. Well, I feel like it was. I think Merab was. The pace was good though. Umar definitely gassed. The thing is, I don't think Umar has the tools to beat Merab. I think you have to KO Merab, and unless Umar just becomes like an elite striker within the next couple of years, or I mean, his grappling is good. It's elite, but I don't know. I just think Merab is like too fucking. He's too hard to beat, man. I know Umar had a broken hand, quote unquote. He says he did. I know he did. He said he broke his hand, but even if his hand wasn't broken, I think Merab wins that fight. It's just like, I don't know, man. Merab is like, I think O'Malley could beat Merab because the KO power, the ability to catch him and sleep him. I don't know. Dominic Cruz is not that fun to watch. I like this fight with Garbrandt. And I like this fight with Cejudo and Mighty Mouse. He's decent. I would put him in the same tier as like Merab though. I would say they're like equally as fun to watch. Especially because he has a longer career. So he's had a couple of nice finishes. Like Merab doesn't have any finishes in the UFC. You know, I don't know. He's like a bottom B tier though. He's not higher up. Cruz, that is. I might bump Izzy to A. Izzy's been fun the past couple. No, I'll keep Izzy B. Aldo's had boring fights. In recent years. And even against like Volk, that fight was a snooze fest. Merab and Cruz have the same amount of finishes in the UFC though. No way. Wait, I'm going to Google that. There's no way that's true. Dominic. I'm going to Google that right now. UFC finishes. There's no way that's true. If that's true, I'm a casual. Dominic Cruz is a UFC fighter who has won. He most recently fought. He has 7 by knockout. Okay, but in the UFC, check Tapology. I'm a fraud. I'm looking for Tapology. Oh, I found it. Oh my god. Okay. Loss to Cejudo. Split. Decision. Punches. He won via punches against Takeya Mizugachi. Doctor stoppage. That doesn't count. Okay, we're not even in. Yeah, we're not. We're like We're pre UFC now. All right, yeah. This guy. Wow. I'm a casual. I swear this guy had. All right, well, fine. I'll do it. I'll put him at the. Wait, where's the tier list? I'll put him at the fucking C tier, I guess. I just, Dominic Cruz with the footwork and the... Fuck, man. The Garbrandt fight, I'll put him C tier. I think Marab at B is fair. I'm not going above B for Marab. He's only had like one war and one fun dominant performance against Cejudo. Every other fight was. I'm not gonna put Marab above B. You can't convince me on that one. D tier, Sean Brady. I wanted to put Sean Brady C, but like he's just had one good performance, like one great performance. I know he has a couple of subs, but it's hard to put him like. I don't know. Ankalaev at B is too high for me. I'm sorry. Beneil Dariush. I don't know. In his prime, he was a marauder, but recent years, Beneil is. I gotta go, bro. Nice talks. Nice talking to you, man. Appreciate you stopping by. It was nice talking to you, too. Your name was Ivar, right? Nice talking to you, man. Stay safe out there, brother. I'm actually about to head out, too. I'm about to head out as well. All right, boys. That was the tier list. We just hit 2 hours. I didn't even realize that. I'm going to go eat something, and I'm probably going to record. Oh, I don't know. I might record a video or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do a tier list as well. A tier list should be coming out next week since we got a Apex card. I thought this was a fun stream. It was nice talking to you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. If you haven't subbed, subscribe, please. Check out my other videos that I've dropped this week. I dropped a tier list, and I dropped a breakdown of MMA fans, which I thought was pretty funny. So check those out if you haven't. If you don't want to, it's okay. You don't have to check it out. But if you want to, see you for sure. See you, boys.